508, between 505 and 510, depending on.
All right, so just a little over 5.
Yeah, a little over 5.
All right.
The album version.
Yeah, yeah. So what did you think about that, Tom? What was the general feeling in the room?
More comfortable.
More comfortable?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I would say just do another one right away.
Yeah, I just want...
That was a good
Yeah.
one. That was a good take.
I think it went.
That
Was
one,
there anything that you didn't like about that one, Leroy?
that one I think was much better, yes.
Why don't we listen back?
Let's listen to that.
That was
That was a really
I think
good
the
one.
best one so
The more I
far.
play, the more I think
I
of
like to hear that.
stuff I can play.
And also sometimes like when you listen back and you hear like
Oh yeah.
different things, like
I
he
love to-
isolates the drums and we can hear like where's on that.
When I do these shows, I love to listen to it
Yeah.
myself, and I said, what was I doing like that for? You know?
Yeah. Where are these mics that are picking up their cymbals?
They're just Shure BG4s. They're
PG?
BG.
BG.
They're cheaper.
The more I play it, the more I feel something different.
Yeah. Five. Six. Nice. Nice, Mike. You nailed it. I thought you nailed it, but see, that's the thing. It'll sound great to me, but you might be like,
I got a little bit.
I liked it, but you're like,
It sounds better and better.
I feel like we got this better at the beginning here. Yeah. You got it. I like the Leroy did a little flourish on it. And I like
Yeah,
that.
that was great.
That's a good take.
Yeah, that sounds like the best one.
Yeah.
Is this how the Beatles did it?
I don't know how the Beatles did it.
Yeah, the Beatles did a lot of
I
things.
know the Beach Boys did things very strange when Brian Wilson was losing
Well,
it.
they recorded in the studio when Hal Blaine was the drummer.
Yeah, I
Hal
watched
Blaine
that.
recorded the Beach Boys a lot.
Oh, and
He was the wrecking crew.
Carol.
Carol, what's her name?
Carol Kane.
Carol King, yeah.
She's amazing.
She's still around. She's still
Yeah.
alive.
I always
can
watch
still
her
play.
videos.
Yeah.
She does all these videos. One little thing, grab it from another thing.
You grab it off the other one, right?
Yeah.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is okay.
So basically, the Beatles could have sucked. It was just how they recorded
Yeah.
it.
It was all Jeff Emmerich and George Martin, you know.
That was kind of cool.
That's Tom's song. So good.
much fills, I think. But if you're good, if you
I like
that.
it. I'll try not to get bit by that animal that got the jawbone.
Yeah. Yeah, those last two, either one of those, I think is good. Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah. Either one of these, this take or the one before, they're both pretty good. This is the fast one, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
Simple swells. I like that. So pause this for 1 second. Alright, so Mike Ragaini drum tracks. We used what, a Audix D6 on the bass drum?
Yep.
And then we used or RE20 rather?
RE20 on the
RE20 on the tom, which is
Yeah.
great. And then what is this interesting older
That's an
cool
EV664A.
All right. And then this guy here,
That's an EV-RE18.
18.
That's
All right.
supercardioid.
And so basically
And
all we
then-
had was two toms, a snare, and so we're
Under the
and th-
snare,
so yeah, and then these up here are what? Sure.
They're two different model numbers, but they're the same mic. It's called a Beta Green 4.
Okay.
It's a small diaphragm condenser mic from Shure. It's less sibilant and bright than the 81, SM81.
Yeah.
And cheaper too.
Yeah.
And then under here.
Here, we've got
the AKG C1000.
Yeah.
With the supercardioid doodad in it. There's a little thing.
The AKG
C1000.
C1000.
It's a classic mic, actually.
All right, and so that all together.
So it's
2 overheads, the Electro-Voice RE20, the Audix D6, and what was that one again on this top, Tom?
EV664A.
EV664A, and then this one is the RE18, right?
Yep.
And then underneath we've got the AKG
C3000. I mean C1000.
C1000, yeah,
C1000.
which is a popular, very popular order.
Yeah.
And so there really wasn't anything on the hi-hat. It's just all getting picked up by the overheads.
Just the
Cool.
overhead.
All right, and so then coming over here in the Fred's world, what did you have all of that going through
So
on the rack of awesomeness? Because I see we've got a warm audio tone beast.
Yeah.
We've got some Rupert Neve, Leroy.
Yeah, so the Rupert Neves were the overheads.
Awesome. So we used some Rupert Neve designs on the drums. Awesome.
Yeah, and then the Joe Meek down here, this green one.
Leroy?
Mm-hmm.
This Joe Meek studio optical channel.
Optical compressor.
Because you're getting an optical compressor and a preamp where you're using the preamp part of
called
it.
the 6Q. I'm using the preamp,
Okay.
a little bit of the compression,
Right.
and a little bit of the EQ. That's on the bass drum.
Okay.
And then
So the Joe Meek was just for bass drum.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the toms are going through. Toms are going through this ART.
The ART 2-channel voiced valve preamplifier with output protection limiting OPL
And then
preamp system.
And then what's left? The snares are both going through this
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth, which
Personas.
is kind of an El Cheapo, but it's really great for snare drums.
Yeah, people have said good things about it for an El Cheapo.
It's really, it's like it brings out all the sort of the coated heads on the snare drum.
Yeah.
It brings all that out.
And so what is this guy doing?
Actually, that guy is. Your vocals are going through that, and if we with the warm audio.
Yeah.
And if we
Sorry.
if you overdub vocals with a
Never used it.
condenser mic, we'll use that channel strip.
Okay.
Sometimes I run the warm audio into the LA4 into the DBX 118.
Yeah.
Which is a really good. I'll move this so you can actually see.
Really
what
cool
we're
signal
looking at,
path.
which is really cool because
So your eye
the
LA4, which we use like really
the LA4
bad versions of this on plugins.
Yeah. So the
LA4 that we have on plugins doesn't come close to this vintage unit.
The LA4 is a very warm kind of compressor.
Yeah.
And imbues some warmth. And then the DBX 118 is a really tight, punchy compressor.
Mm-hmm.
So I hit the signal into a warm compressor first, and then crush it up into a kind of a punchier thing with all that extra bass.
Those two right there, the DB 118.
Which is nice. And then I'm running his keyboards to both the piano and the organ are going through the 5-fish.
Ah.
Those are
API?
Those
or no?
No, it's 5-fish is the company.
Okay. 5-Fish Studios.
Yeah, and it's
the SC1 MK500.
It's like a guy in Minnesota or something. He makes them.
Yeah.
And what type of circuit is it?
It's got a Cinemac transformer. It's solid state.
Solid state.
Yeah.
So it's not. So they're solid state preamps. Are they kind of similar to the Neve or something totally completely their own thing?
They're. I mean, first of all, the Neves have that silk setting.
Yeah.
Which I use.
And did we use the Neves at all?
Yeah, we used them on the overheads.
Overheads. Okay, so overheads went through the Neves.
5-fish is like a really...
And is anything happening with this drummer up here or no?
No,
we didn't
not
use the drummer at all.
Those 6 channels of compression up there, I'm not using the DBXs in the drummers. I will use them on drums sometimes, but I with Mike, I didn't want to
overdo it.
I didn't want to. Well, you know why? Because he plays traditional grip.
Yeah.
And we were just Leroy and I were just talking about that. Like,
yeah.
And with the traditional grip, it's so loose. Everything's so
it's
loose.
Loose, it's hard
smooth,
to do.
That I didn't want to compress it until after because I didn't want to rein any of that in until if we wanted to rein it in later.
Interesting.
And then the
tube essence.
tube essences I'm using for your 2 guitar tracks.
Cool.
Or
Cool. We're going through a 2-channel thermonic microphone amplifier. Awesome. And so the Ampex wasn't used at all.
No, I didn't use the Ampex.
You didn't bust it out.
No.
No escape at least.
I'm trying to see. And then the bass is going through, the DI is going through the Symmetrics, which is really a classic channel strip. It's got a preamp, a compressor, and an EQ in it. So it's a whole channel strip.
Yeah.
Classic.
Voice
all
processor.
radio stations had them.
Yeah.
They were big in radio.
Back in the day.
And then the bass mic is going through another of these guys, the tube essence.
Cool.
Number 15.
Well, thanks for the
everything.
breakdown of that.
And of course,
then,
I didn't use a room mic on the drums because we were all playing live.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
Yeah, I can.
But if I had, I probably would have used the Ampex with an old ribbon mic to that. And then I can, like, it's on all. I can bring that in and out, and all the drums are coming through that, but they're getting hit pretty hard with compression here with this L2007.
Massey?
Yeah.
Massey L2007 mastering limiter. So that's more of a limiter than a compressor.
Yeah, it's a limiter. It's made for mastering, but it works great for parallel compression on the drums.
Awesome.
So, and then each channel on the drums has some compression too. Yeah, everything.
So what's that? So you have a master bus, you said. So are you doing different things on each one, or kind of doing different things on each one, and then you're doing the same of everything on all of it?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So each one has its own compressor, and a couple of them have EQ. Only one of them has EQ so far.
And which one is that?
That's the
what track?
Two of them. The kick and the overheads have EQ.
Cool.
So the kick is like, all I did with the kick is I cut the sub bass. That's it. And the overheads are just, I gave it a little air.
High end.
Yeah, that's all. Sometimes I'll also cut the sub bass out, but it's not picking up a lot, so I'm not.
All right.
I'll probably end up EQing the snare top a little bit, and I'll probably end up EQing the toms at some point, but we'll zoom on that later. Before we kick into the song, I'm just going to tell you one other thing. One of the reasons I didn't use any of these compressors while we're recording is because if I use compression on the recording when we're live from the floor, it brings up the noise floor a little, which means it brings up the bleed.
Yes.
So
we didn't want any of the bleed.
We didn't want.
We're doing a live tracking of the drums.
Yeah. So I just wanted to explain that.
Yeah.
Like oftentimes I'll do some compression, especially on drums coming in, but because it was live from the floor, I didn't want to bring up the bleeds.
Yeah. think that 11 had a better flow than 12.
Yeah, definitely.
Tempo.
Tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tempo was a little bit too fast, I thought, on the last one, and on some of these. But
Yeah.
let's hear what happened on number 10.
Okay.
Pinpoint the exact tempo on some of these, or no?
I mean, we could try to figure it out.
Only if it really matters.
I don't think it matters.
Sound fast, right? up in my car way more than zero. Really, but you know, you're a bass player, so you know where it should be. Oh. think, Leroy?
Well,
Let's put
It
Leroy
sounds-
back in
yeah, put
and
it
listen
back.
again.
But
So,
aside from-
and this is number 10.
This is number 10.
Okay. So we liked number 11.
Yeah.
In your opinion, do you like number 10 better? Let's listen to it end, I guess. That's the most we haven't even got there because we keep getting caught up on this one little spot.
Yeah. What do you want to listen to? 11 again, or this
Oh,
one?
just the end of this.
Oh,
I
just
want
the end
to
of it.
hear it play through. Yeah.
With the piano in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Even. That's a good one.
that out,
That's
yeah.
another good one. So that's 10. Let's, and.
That was really good. That's the first one where he did the doo-doo at the end.
Is it?
Yeah,
I like that ending,
Mike.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
only one where you said that. So
10 and 11 I had.
Mhm.
9 I had reacted to when we played it. I put the stars on it.
yeah.
We can go to 6 if you want.
Yeah, just to see what happened at 6. I'm curious why you wrote it
Yeah.
down.
8. Oh.
So
Wait
far
a
we've
minute.
figured 6 and 7. I
Yeah.
mean, 7 did have a nice slower vibe. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that first part there had some
Yeah.
cool rolls too.
Yeah.
But it was just that one chorus there. Do you think before 6 are going to be not as good?
It definitely took us a little while to sort of get it, you know. And we could check one of them out.
Waiting for us somewhere, just temporarily.
Yeah.
We liked 10 and we liked 11. Those 3.
Those 3 were favorites, I think.
Right? Of the out of
Yeah.
the drum tracks. But is there one that you, as a producer, thought more of out of those few?
I thought 9. I think.
You like 9.
I mean, the best bass is later. 11 and 12 are the best bass.
Yeah.
But as far as overall, I thought 9 was really.
So,
9 like gets me, you know, it's just sitting here listening to it. It gets me
Can
going.
we hear 9 one
Yeah.
more time just to.
It's a lot faster than what we just heard. Though. And if there's an intro we like better, we can put it down.
Transition there on that one. Walk to the chorus might not have been as good. Like 10 and 11, but that all depends on
You know what I would say about
if
that
it's
is,
just what I'm hearing now.
like, he goes into the chorus, and I think the chorus slows down a little bit,
Yeah.
but he plays the chorus like with a lot of intention. You know, he
Yeah.
goes, "Whoa," you know, those hits. You
Yeah.
know, he really pronounces them,
Uh-huh.
which to me makes it more dramatic, even
Yeah.
if the tempo. Is
I like that ending, Mike. That was a good ending.
Yeah.
Said it in real time and past.
The only thing about it is that first chorus there, right? If we go back, it's actually good. You take a solo, Leroy. When we both took solos, there'll be that much perfect drum beat too.
I mean, I think that transition is fine.
Yeah.
The singing comes in at 50 seconds.
Okay, that's not too bad then.
Yeah. The intro lasts 35 seconds. Do you want to listen to any other ones? Because I think we should
I mean,
try to decide right now.
9, 10, and 11 are the ones that we really feel like
Yeah, and I
are
think
the good ones.
9 and 11 were really the best ones.
Yeah?
Want to just hear 11 one more time?
Yeah.
Try to hold 9 in your mind.
Tough. Leroy.
Yep.
We're making
And then-
real important decisions.
and
here.
then
I
we
know
should-
you like those
and then
guitars
we-
on the
Look
wall.
at 'em.
He does have some balls.
They're nice.
And then you need to decide. Here, I'll put on the speakers. I'll put on speakers out there. They're down there on the floor though. They're those black ones.
This is 11.
Yeah.
11 was slower, right?
So, that one's the best. The white one.
Yeah, I see it.
P90s. That's
I do like that one a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Take 11. So there's a Take 10, but I think I like Take 11. I think Take 11 is the one now, but
This was the first one where we separated them.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did the organ with the piano on the other. All right, so let's